Exclamation everybody, and welcome back to Minecraft. I am on the LCM network server right now for this first half here, and I want to catch you up with the things that I've done and what I'm about to do. You can see in front of you I was quite busy on a live stream on the last live stream I did. I have made a waterfall like I said I would, and I put a little rim around it. I think it actually looks kind of good with the little diorite, unpolished diorite as the rim there, and left a couple of the trees there. I did take a few out, but I left most of the trees that were there and just put the water right over them. So we got a nice little waterfall coming down there. Put a few like little touches of the coarse dirt in there, just to give it a little extra flair. So let's come on down here. First of all, a little sign here that Toad put up. Slammin' jammin' window panes. We'll see the slammin' jammin' window panes in a moment here. But let's jump down right here and come on over. So I was on a stream, so there's an Inception joke in here somewhere. I was making a stream on a stream, so there you go. But as I was on the stream here, Toad joined me, and he was over here and decided to extend the road network up to his house here, and he's also got a few things now on the outside of his house. His house is embedded in that mountain, as you can see. He's got a nice little walkway up there now. Very cool. This is this block right here. It bothers me. I don't have OCD except when I do. We'll come down here and turn around and take a look at what he's been doing here. There was a big block of just dirt right there. So we figured we had to do something about that. So he dug out the dirt, a few layers, and we put up, he had some regular glass panes up there, but I donated a few stained glass panes there, little white ones, and put the rim around it. And I also suggested he put the pine or birch wood around it, and I think it looks pretty good. It's lonely. It needs some more decoration around it, I think. But it's a start, I would say. And then over here, we'll get a little bit closer look at what I've done with the river here. So this was where the full extent of it was right here before. And what I did was come up and just sort of build it up from there. I cut this out so that it now connects somewhat. And is this actually, yeah, that's probably the right way to do it. So as you can see, it now flows over like a river would, or like a waterfall would, sort of. And then I made the falls over here, oops, as we go swimming. And I decided to just, there was apparently, I went looking, I went down below here in the little mine shaft that we have there, and there's a little offshoot of it that was a small cave system. And I went through there just for the sake of looking through there, because I heard some noises, and I went through to see if it was all torched up, and it wasn't. But as I went through there, I noticed that somebody had found a dungeon and actually destroyed it, whatever it was. So we had a dungeon very close to the spawn here that we could have used as a farm, but that was not the case. But they took the loot, and they got rid of the spawner, but left all the mossy cobblestone. So I decided to put that to use here. So we got a little outlook tower here, I would say. And you can see the river runs through it, and I put those source blocks right behind there, so it looks like it's coming out of the mountain and just flowing right down. And then over here is the little lookout that we did. I went into the nether real quick and got some glowstone. And so I've got some redstone lamps here, and some of the nice textured, or whatever it is, the chiseled stone blocks, so on and so forth. So you get a nice little view out here. And at nighttime, I put a few torches around, so at nighttime it actually lights up pretty well. Actually, it looks pretty cool even then. So I like it. I think it's a nice little nice. Well, there we go. I think it's a nice little thing, just to give the area a little bit more character. And it was also good for me because I could just kind of relax and just do something, just, you know, a little mellow out, relax a bit, have a little relaxing live stream after a long, hard week that I had. So there we go. That is a thing. So I said in the last episode that I would probably be working on the some sort of bar here, and I will be doing that. But I wanted to take a little break and do something slightly different. It's a little bit smaller, but I think it'll be equally as cool. It's not something I've done before necessarily. So come over here once we eat a little bit. Come over here to the LCM budget housing, which nobody's moved in yet. It's a good deal, guys. I swear, it's a very good deal. But over here, I am going to make a little coffee shop. It's not very big. I didn't want it to be, you know, overwhelming. Again, I wanted it to be just something a little small. Because I was looking at the pubs. I have some images from Google image search that I took of pubs, particularly Irish pubs. And one of the cool ones that I picked out of there was sort of a corner plot where it just kind of, you know, you have two roads and then it took up the whole corner. And I think I'll put it here, but I'm not sure yet because there's no real corner yet. So it might actually go a little bit further over this way, or somewhere else even. But I wanted to put it on a corner between two roads because I think it would look better that way. Plus, also, the one thing about Irish pubs, in Minecraft they would require a lot of stained clay. Which I have not found any. I have not found a mesa biome yet. I don't know if anyone on the server has found one yet. There might be one that somebody's found. I don't know. I haven't found a jungle either. So there's quite a lot of things still left on here. I don't even know if anybody's found the end yet, the end yet. I don't know if anybody's found a fortress or stronghold or anything like that yet. So. Lots of things still to do as far as adventuring go, but I think what I'm going to do right now is get to work. I've been testing some different blocks here. I like the polished granite. I was thinking of making the whole thing polished granite and then have this be the stone bricks, or the redstone bricks, I should say. But I'm thinking that in the absence of having, you know, stained clay blocks here, I figured that I would go with the birch wood, just nice and bright, and then try to combine these two things and see what they look like. And I think this might work. I believe that this might work. So I should mention, as you're probably seeing in the chat there, I am online with Monkeys right now. It's just me and Monkeys right now. He's off repopulating the cow population. He was looking for some leather a little bit earlier. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did actually go and change my name using the new Mojang Minecraft name changer thing in Majigger. So I'm actually now officially Memory Leak Death, and not that other weird name that I was stuck with forever and ever since the alpha days. All right. I think I've chatted enough here. Let's get started on this puppy, and then we'll return. And I'm back, and I've been extremely busy here trying to get this laid out here, but we've got what looks like the outside of our coffee shop here made up. I have a name for this. I just forgot to grab a sign on my way back over here after collecting lots of stuff. Let's see if we can actually get let's see if we can fill out the rest of this thing here so it's not so dangerous to walk on. Let's see if we can do that really quick here, at least a little bit anyway. Improvement. There we go. Very good. I'll try to improve the rest of that a little bit later. Oh, out. This guy scared the crap out of me. You are dead for that. And we got a zombie on our tail too. The nighttime around here. Everything wants a piece of you. Oh, crap. All right. So we've got all that worked out, I'd say. Oh, we got another guy here. Yeah, go away. I see you. So yeah, I went for the, polished granite along the edges here and the regular birch wood. Got the lamps here, redstone lamps, and I've got the switch hidden under, above these, this little overhang that I did here. So it looks looks halfway decent. Got some glass in there. Come inside. I haven't done anything on the inside yet. See, we've just got a regular stone roof here. So we'll have to do this in another episode where we get the actual inside of this laid out. Shouldn't be too rough, but I do want to spend a little time on it and see and make it look halfway decent. Get some tables and chairs in here. I'm using the light gray stained glass here. I've got some, as you can see right out the window there, some bushes out front. We'll come in here. We got the little double doorway here that you sometimes see on the the newer buildings now. And up above, I've got just regular what do you call it? The stone slabs up there. And I've put a little rim of a cobblestone fence around it, just to give it a little something extra. Nothing too crazy there, and also to keep all the stuff from spawning. And then out front here, I extended this out, and then out front, I decided to give a little area here, put a little area here that a little outdoor gathering place. You can buy your frappuccino or whatever it is, frappuccinos in there, and then come on out here and just kind of settle down and gaze at the man-made lake here or river. Eat your stuff, your bagel and croissants and all that stuff right here, and have a little chat with everybody. We got a nice little tree here that I just grew a little bit earlier. Put some rose bushes around and some regular, bushes here. And then also, I've started to do this. I haven't gotten it all the way through yet, but I decided I wanted to light this lake or river up a little bit. I keep calling it a lake, but it's most definitely a river. I wanted to light it up a little bit, and I wanted to make it a little bit brighter. So I've taken out a layer of dirt, and I've put down some diorite. I'm on a diorite kick, in case you haven't figured it out by now. everything shall be diorite around here, unpolished. That is, and I put some glowstone in there to kind of give it some lighting at nighttime and during the day. But I ran out, so I haven't done the whole thing yet. But I will eventually do that. So go all the way through here and try to get an entire layer of it done. Although it does look like it goes down further here. That might be interesting. And we have a little cove here too, which I didn't even realize this. So I might do something in this little cove here too, and give it a little something extra, a little something special, if you will. But yeah, that's what I intend to do here. Just kind of sprucing up the terrain a little bit of terraforming, if you will. Just make this place look like it's lived in, and something that is kind of interesting to visit. I will have to put the sign up here as to what I've named this place, and do the interior, as I said, probably in another episode. But this will conclude our first half of this episode of us on LCM server, and now I will probably switch over to my single player world, and we'll pick up there where I've left off. So I'll see you then. Okay, I am back in my my single player world here, and it is a brand new day for me, my friends. The other part of the episode you saw was from last night. Tonight I have been working a bit on this area here, And unfortunately, the sun is about to come up, which is going to ruin a few things here. But you can see I'm standing in the tree that I tend to stand in just to see what's going on here. And I've been working, as you can see, on the town center here. And we're going to take a little walk through, and I'll show you what I've got so far there. But essentially, it's still a diameter of 100 blocks across here. Both ways. And then, because it is a circle after all. And then the center, I believe, is 23 blocks, or 27 blocks, if I remember correctly. It's been, like I've said, I've been doing this over a couple days, so I can't quite remember what it is, but I believe it's 27 blocks in the middle. And I'll explain that in a minute. First things first, a few things that have changed. I have now I managed to find some cows, and you'll see those in a minute. And I've made an enchanting table, so I've got a few enchants. I got an enchanted stone pickaxe because I'm doing a lot of farming for the cobblestone. As you can see down here, I've got a little cobblestone farm going. So that's why I've been using the enchanting some stone picks just to get the most out of them that I can without, destroying completely destroying the diamond picks that I have in the process of doing that. And I haven't really enchanted much though, because I don't have any bookshelves yet. But I have, I found some pumpkins, and I've been exploring the world a bit. I found a mesa biome over here. I don't remember if there was a desert along the way. I might have been slightly inebriated at the time that I found this. Luckily, I had the presence of mind to at least write down the coordinates, so I'll be able to go back there for more stuff as needed. But it also means that I will need to, sooner rather than later, all these baked potatoes. I've got a ton of food now, which is quite nice. In fact, I can't put any more in there, and I can't put any more in there. All right. Well, I guess we'll just carry this around with us for now. But I have been, I've been exploring the world a little bit, trying to find some stuff. Haven't found any villages yet, or anything like that. But I'm trying to find a desert and various other things. I found the mesa biome. So it's incumbent on me to do two things fairly quickly here, although I'm not going to do them this episode. One is I'm going to have I need a mining area. Right now, the only mining I've done is in the caves below the town center there. That's all I've done. I haven't done any strip mining. What I was thinking of doing, this is a kind of a weird idea that I was thinking about the other day. I have this deep ocean out here. And you know that what I like to do in single player worlds, generally speaking, even in multiplayer worlds, is I tend to take the lazy way out as far as it comes to doing strip mining. And if I could find a deep ocean, I will just go down to the bottom of that and then start my mine there. That way I'm already down like 20 some odd blocks or 30 blocks or whatever. And as it turns out, I have plenty of deep ocean. In fact, I believe the spawn point, or not the spawn point, the 0 point of the world, I believe is out there somewhere. Is that? I think that is, no, those are dark oak woods. At first I thought that was a jungle, but it's not. Have not gone off that way, but I think that's dark oak wood over there. Anywho, what I want to do though is I want to do it sort of offshore a little bit, although that looks pretty ripe for one there. I don't think I want to put one there. If I'm not mistaken, I came from this way once before, and I think that this ocean stops right just beyond the viewpoint there, and it's land that wraps around there. But what I'd like to do is somewhere along here. I was hoping maybe around here, but I might do it a little bit further out because I want to get as much depth as I can, but we'll see. I don't want it to go too far out because I want to be able to see it from here too, so it's going to be a bit of a trade-off, but I'd like to put a lighthouse out here, and I'm going to build a little island around it and have sort of a jetty going out to that island So maybe I could, yeah, well, we'll see. I like to build like a little man-made jetty going out to the lighthouse. And then the lighthouse will also serve at the purpose of being the mine. So basically I can go into the lighthouse, go all the way down underwater into the mines. Wow, all those squid just just spawned in. And be able to do all the strip mining and stuff over there. And also the lighthouse will serve the purpose of being the storage area for all the stuff that comes out of the mine, which will be quite awesome. As you can see, I'm already, from the looks of my house here, I'm already running low on the storage. Also, I have changed the game rule here to turn fire spread off because I've had to rebuild this house 4 times already. Every time I leave it, I go over there, I do some stuff, it rains a little bit, I come back and boom, all the walls are gone, the floor is gone, and I have to rebuild it. So screw that noise. Screw it, screw it, screw it. I have turned the fire spread off because I cannot afford to have that, especially if I'm going to be using a lot of wood over there at some point. So that is not worth having on in this particular case. All right. So we'll come on over here to the center, and I might have to make it nighttime so we can see some things, but we'll see in a moment. We'll come over and at least get a lay of the land. So you can see I've got, right now it's floating, which is not what I want. I do want to do I'm going to have to do a lot of terraforming here because I want this to all look like it's part of the world. So I need to make all this beach come up to here and everything else and make it not be so floaty. So lots and lots of dirt I'm going to have to dig up to make that happen. And also, it's probably still going to be mostly hollow, but I will, not make it look like it's hollow anyway. Try my best not to make it look hollow. But you see, I have been making some progress over here, getting this all leveled out and getting enough land over here to meet it. And this here is the dead center, as we saw before. And the way I have this laid out. Now, the way it is in the picture, and I'm kind of looking at the picture on my monitor here, you can't see it, but the way it's laid out is there's this central area, and there's buildings along the edge, right? And then there's... The hell? Oh, okay. It's a little zombie kid. Just took some damage there. I was like, what the hell is that noise? So the way it's laid out is there's buildings along the side here and buildings along the side here, right? And then there's one main sort of roadway, kind of, that then this whole thing is really just a courtyard. Once you come down the road here, the buildings then make a square and they sort of wrap around this way so that the whole thing is enclosed. I'm not going to enclose the whole thing. I'm going to leave this as an open air roadway here. And then we'll see what to do later with this over here. I'll probably have all kinds of buildings along here because it'll be the main road. But I'm not going to like connect them because I think I like this to be a little bit more out in the open. This little kid, man, he's like bound and determined to die. Come here, kid. Come here. Oh, it's too hot for you, huh? There you go. Take that. Christ, there's another one. Oh, jeez, he's got gold armor. Jeez Louise. These damn kids. I was attacked by 5 of them the other day. Oh, they keep spawning and everything. Look at this. I was attacked by 5 of these little bastards about, a few hours ago while I was working on this. I seem to have found the world seed that just spawns little kids constantly. So this here is going to be the main roadway. The buildings are going to come right up to this edge over here. And all this area that is grass, or I should say that's not cobblestone anyway, is going to be buildings. And then there's going to be a smaller road over this side here, this way and that way. And this is going to be slightly encased, or not encased, but enclosed. So as you walk past here, you'll actually have a roof over your head, whereas over there on the main road, it'll be completely wide open. This one will have a little roof over your head. You'll have the shops on either side you can walk into, and then it'll come over here to this area, which we'll go further on in a moment, and I'll talk about what I'm going to do down there in a bit. I'm actually kind of trying to kill some time for the. I want the time it to be nighttime. It's almost there now, but that's my general plan, my general lay of the land here. What I'm going to try to do. Obviously, this is going to be a huge freaking build, just an absolutely huge build. So this is going to be pieces. I'm going to do this in pieces. It's going to be a lot of cobblestone at first, until I can get the resources that I really want. Particularly, I'm going to be using a lot of quartz because there's a lot of ionic columns in this particular build. And in order to do that, I need to get into the Nether, which is also a project I'm going to work on. Not the Nether itself, but the Nether portal. You can see the little tower over there, but I want to show you that at nighttime here. But this is the area that I'm going to be working on first. And my idea here is, now this whole thing's going to be enclosed. It's going to look like one building, but it's going to actually be several buildings in the middle. And over here, this is going to be sort of all the basic essentials. This whole center city here is going to be the basic essentials of the town. And I've brought some cows over, and they've done me the honor of growing. I don't have any on me. And I got a bunch of sheep as well. There's some pigs a little bit further away that I'll have to, walk over at some point. But I want to get this area here as being, some of the basic essentials, as well as, pretty much this whole area is going to be like one big marketplace. And I'm going to have, I want to fill in the things I need first, which is, the food, and maybe have some farming areas. I'll have farms out there, but not, like this will be the market, the farmer's market here, and various other things. So what I'd like to do, we're now starting to get some nighttime, which is good. I can show you what my plans are over here. This roadway here is going to be sort of the side road. It's going to go down to a docks area over there, which will also be where the lighthouse will be. And I don't know where I'm going to put the lighthouse out yet, except it's going to be out in the middle of the ocean, like I said earlier. But this way here is going to continue into the city. And obviously this main roadway is just going to be the city continuing as well. And the docks are going to wrap over there as well. And I might make a boat out in the ocean at some point too. But this way here is going to lead to some more buildings. You can see there's, oh man, does that creeper already know about me, or is he just walking around? I think he's just walking around. Over here is going to lead to more areas of the city, even though there's a river here. It's not a very big river. As you can see, it's just kind of a nice little meandering, lazy river here. But if I get up in this tree here, you can see that I have 2 torches on pillars over there. That one right there is going to be where the nether portal is going to be. It's not going to be up high like that. It's just going to be in that area. And I have it lined up such that it lines up with the middle of this road, hopefully, if I did the numbers correctly. I think I did. And yeah, that guy was sort of looking for me already because he's on a mission there. And what this is going to be is this road's going to continue over here. I'm going to have just a straight bridge that goes across here. It's not even going to be, it'll be supported, but it'll just be straight. It's not going to do anything fancy or crazy with it. It's going to go over to there, and then I'm going to build like a shrine around the nether portal, and then build the nether portal itself. The only reason I haven't put the nether portal down yet, even though I really need to do it because I need the resources, is because I'm not quite sure how big the shrine's going to be yet. I want to plan out what the shrine's what the width of it's going to be, because I want to put the portal in the right spot so I don't have to move it around, and then if I have it in the nether, it might move positions in the nether and all that weird crap. Anywho, that's where the nether portal will be, and there will be like a land bridge across there. Also, that torch over yonder, you can barely see it, that is where I'm going to do lots of terraforming and build the house that I tried to build on LCM from the first season. Without the silo and everything else. I'm just going to build the house. It'll be my house, and it'll be overlooking hopefully something that looks rather awesome and beautiful, but I might be asking for too much. But over here there's a lot of like dips and valleys in the land, so it's going to take quite a bit of trying to smooth that out and figure out where to put it. But it's going to be right there, and I want to I want to clear some of these trees out so that it is somewhat visible, at least if you're in the center of the city here somewhere. It may not be entirely visible because these are going to be pretty tall, but it'll be something that'll be interesting to look at, hopefully, off in the distance, and draw your attention to it, and you'll want to walk over there and do it. It's the same with the shrine around the Nether portal as well. Don't know how tall I'm going to make this yet. It's one of the hard things with the picture I have is that I can't really tell how tall it is, other than it's at least 10 times taller than an actual human being, which doesn't help me much in Minecraft, unfortunately, because my Minecraft human being is very short. So what I'm going to do is I don't know how much of this I'm going to actually get done. This is, like I said, huge freaking project. But I'm going to try my best to get some of it laid out, at least this sector here. And again, I'm going to work on this one sector at a time, and I'll probably divide my time between this and other things like I always do. But let me see how far I can get with the cobblestone that I have. And then, it's not going to look quite the way it's going to be finally, but I at least want to lay it out. And then I will get back with you guys in a moment. So, how I said I don't know how tall this thing is going to be? Well, I don't know how this thing is actually going to look. My scalp is bloody right now from scratching my head at this. Did you ever get that feeling like you've painted yourself into a corner? I've laid out something resembling a connected series of little shops. It's the weirdest freaking thing I think I've ever seen here. 'Cause clearly I'm not doing something right. That said, I could follow just the contours of this here. I've put some, blocks down to try to figure out where everything's going to be. And honestly, I probably should just make another sort of half circle here and just make another half circle there, just straight across, and then try to interconnect, like try to make new houses out of it, I guess. The real problem here is that these houses, in order to do it this way, these houses are all going to be really hard to decorate because they're going to be all over the freaking place, as far as like trying to be jaggedy all along the way and not having too many like actual straight walls that you can put stuff on. And these aren't really, these businesses are going to be, it's going to be hard to shuffle things around like furniture and whatnot to make this really work out and not make it look like crap. And honestly, the more I think about it, the more I realize I don't really need the inside of this to conform to the curve. Obviously I need some kind of conformity. But really what I need is just an extent to which I can put square blocks inside of it. Because what I'm really looking for is trying to have at least 3 blocks of movement space around this area, so you can walk straight through and still have 3 blocks at least of room to move around. It'll be probably more than that, in some places because of just the way it curves. And these here are meant to sort of represent where the ionic columns are going to be. I just kind of just randomly scattered them just to get an idea of how I was doing size-wise. But yeah, so my thinking is that I will probably put another like marker down on either side here now that I look at this, and say that this is the extent. This is the 3-block radius. 3 blocks of being able to walk. This is the walkway. In fact, I could just put the walkway down, and that would probably be a lot better. I'll just put the walkway down the way I want it, and then try to build the buildings inside. And the thing is here, these buildings don't necessarily have to be any particular size or shape, honestly, because when I put the roof on this, which will be a connected roof, it'll look like it's all one, building, even though inside there's going to be all these individual places. So I think I'm on the right track here. I'm kind of tilting my head a little bit, like I don't know if this is going to work out quite well or not. But I honestly, I was hoping to show more progress in this. But honestly, this type of thing, when you're doing like a big build like this, you really need to like lay things out properly. And as much as I did this in my head, actually trying to make things functional inside of it is going to be a challenge in and of itself. And unfortunately, it's going to be a challenge for another day. But thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I will see you next time.